So in this clip, we are going to see a NewsNation host just become so unhinged, almost to the point that he won't even let the congressman finish his sentences. And then towards the end, he just abruptly just brings the interview to an end. I don't even see what the point in actually bringing him on was. Let's get into the video. Let's watch it in full. If you get value from it, do me a favor, hype up this video and give it a thumbs up. But let's not waste any time. Let's jump in.
Now, Democratic Virginia Congressman Suhas Subramanyam. Good to see you, sir. Thank you. I'm just thinking, I've never understood or seen a time when hyperventilating works.
I think people are worried. They're worried about this war. They're worried about how long the war will last. And they have real concerns already with how prices are high and with oil being affected and going up significantly, how long that'll stay up. And so I think that's why people are concerned.
Yeah, I think there's people who are concerned. I think there's certainly a large group of people trying to fuel that concern. That's fair. That's what politics is. People, though, and I think Democrats are not considering the other alternative. Or the two other alternatives. One was the alternative doing nothing, which meant that Iran would be getting stronger and be able to blackmail us even more. But number two, if this works out, which 2 weeks in, it's probably going better than anyone expected it would go. Here's Larry Fink talking about what would come with oil prices should Trump win.
Do I believe the war is going to be lasting a long time? No. Do I believe oil is going to be reverting back to where it was? Maybe even lower. I mean, there's probably a great probability that oil is going to be below 50.
Aren't Democrats going to look pretty silly to voters when you've been telling everybody we're going to go broke and then all of a sudden oil's at 50?
I hope he's right. I hope this all works out, and I hope that in the end, oil prices go down. But the reality is, we have picked a fight with Iran. Iran is very resilient.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Forgive me for a second. We picked a fight with Iran. 47 years ago, we had no. 47 years ago, we had no fight with Iran. They took hundreds of our people hostage at the embassy. Then they killed 237 U.S. Marines. Then they killed 1,000 U.S. troops in Iraq. And you're saying we picked the fight?
There was no imminent threat to the United States. We started this war with Iran. And so we made this decision. We're here now. We should have expected the Strait of Hormuz would need to be secured, and it's not. And so Iran is continuing to assert its, security over that part. We haven't even seen the Houthis could take control over the Red Sea, and then that's going to mean, issues there. And so that's going to raise prices too. And so there's a big issue here with this war dragging on for a long time. If you think Iran's going to just accept a unilateral withdrawal whenever Trump wants and let him declare victory, that's not going to happen. They're going to continue to make life hard for us. So I don't see how a ceasefire is reached in the next couple of weeks, even if Trump wants to withdraw. They're going to continue this pressure on us, and they're going to show that the message they're going to send is that you can't mess with us anymore, and that we're going to just rebuild our ballistic missiles and everything else.
They're going to try to send that. I'm sure that's a concern. I think it's the wrong concern, having lived there for 4 years and studied this. I think the Iranians are going to, right now, realize that escalate to de-escalate doesn't work with someone who has a much bigger military than they do. But you bring up a good point. I think it's really an important one, that we are at war with Iran right now. And clearly, the Iranians are trying to do everything they can to cause us pain and kill Americans. There's indications they've ordered sleeper cell attacks. There's been 4 Islamic terror attacks in 2 weeks, and Democrats have shut down DHS and won't pay TSA because they don't like ICE wearing masks. Is that a good play?
We want to pay TSA. We actually put a bill forward to pay.
No, you don't. You want DHS shut down. You want DHS shut down.
No, we put forward a measure to actually fund DHS, and all we said is we want ICE tactics to change. And the Republicans voted that down. They voted it down in the Senate and the House.
You cannot sit here and tell me that Democrats who bragged that they were shutting down DHS and defunding DHS now want it funded. Come on.
Oh, we're not bragging. We want DHS, we want TSA, we want FEMA, all these agencies. I have employees of these folks in my district. I want nothing more than for them to be able to get paid.
If you want nothing more, then why not put through a clean bill to reopen DHS and pay everybody?
We have made very clear what we want out of this DHS funding.
Right, you're holding your own constituents. You're holding your own constituents. Hold on, let me just ask a question. You're holding your own constituents hostage.
Oh, no, that's not true. I mean, the reality is...
You just told me it was.
No, the reality is what we want is very clear, and even Republicans, some Republicans want it, but their leadership won't let us.
You got Dulles Airport. You got Dulles Airport in spring break travelers. People are going to be waiting in 3 and 4 hour lines. It's worth it because you don't like ICE wearing masks?
No, I want them funded. That's very clear, and I made it very clear.
No, you
I've also
don't.
said that on shutdowns, we should be paying federal workers. We shouldn't be making federal workers pawns in this. But going back to the original point, the economy is going to continue to hurt as long as we're in this war, and that's why people are bringing up stagflation.
Yeah, well, they need to go back to their economic textbooks, but that's fine. Congressman Suhas Subramanyam, have a great weekend. It's always fun to see you on a Friday night.
Thank you. So that interview was a bit of a car crash in my personal opinion. And the reason as to why is because, first and foremost, I don't understand. As the host of a news channel, surely if you invite a guest on, you should be giving the guest an opportunity to speak. Surely that must be the case. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of this wrong, but you're meant to give the guest an opportunity to speak. Every single time the congressman spoke and tried to get a word in, the host would cut him off and not even let him finish his sentence. Now, let's get on to some of the things that was actually spoken about in the video itself. First and foremost, the congressman is completely right. There was no imminent threat to the United States of America. That is 100% factual. No one can try and argue that or try and debate against that. What it is that these guys try and do is they literally will repeat a talking point that Israel and this administration have come up with, and they will go and then they'll repeat all of that. That's what it is that they try and do to try and make sure that the public and their viewers understand that this is a war that was needed, that was necessary. Now, he then went on to speak about how it is that the CEO of BlackRock said that the oil could go under $50. Okay. And then he turned around and said, oh, when that happens, aren't Democrats going to look a bit stupid? Well, no, they're not. You know why? Because how many people have died as a result of this conflict? How many Iranian children is it that they killed as a result of this conflict as well? You see, for these guys, all it's about is the optics. That's all it is about for these guys. That's all it is that they care about. They only care about the things that it is that are going to make Republicans, MAGA, but more importantly, Donald Trump look good in the eyes of their viewers, but they're not thinking about the bigger picture. This doesn't just end at if Donald Trump wins, because let's be honest, what is winning? The regime isn't changing. The Ayatollah is now more hardline to the right than the prior Ayatollah that they took out. America's allies in the region are being bombed. The Strait of Hormuz is being blocked as a result. That is now having a massive effect on the whole economic aspect of the entire world. And so many people are struggling as a result of this conflict. So what is winning for Donald Trump? What is it? That's what I need to understand. You see, the thing that frustrates me most about this situation is this. When it comes, if nuclear arms was the reasoning behind this, Barack Obama, had a plan and a deal in place. And according to all research that is out there, the Iranians were following the guidelines. They weren't stepping outside of it. They weren't doing anything wrong. They were following the guidelines and doing what it is that they were meant to do. But because of the fact that Donald Trump is Donald Trump and he didn't like Barack Obama, he decided to withdraw and rip that up. And then guess what? As a result, supposedly, Iran then started enriching uranium again and working towards nuclear missiles. This is the problem with this whole thing. It's almost like Donald Trump caused a problem just so that down the line, he could try and rectify it. And oh, let's not forget, the very thing he's doing right now is the thing that there's so many tweets that are out there for that Donald Trump was trying to go after Barack Obama about. But MAGA say nothing. They just do stuff like it is, like this unhinged schmuck we can see on the screen done, simply because of the fact that it's Donald Trump and they are there to do his bidding. Last but not least, if TSA was something that was important to these guys, they would have took the standalone bill. But they're not going to, because it's not just about TSA. They don't care about that. It's about Donald Trump's agenda when it comes to ICE. Honestly, I haven't got much more to say. Let me know your guys' thoughts on this exchange and how unhinged the actual host himself became. Like, absolutely embarrassing stuff, humiliating himself. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Give the video a thumbs up and hype it up if you haven't already. See you guys in the next one.